Welcome to Éxito in Minutes. I'm here with
Alex Espinosa,
my co-host, and I'm Troy Blanchard. Thanks for joining us today. We're super excited. Éxito in Minutes is all focused about how in minutes we can learn the best practices, valuable tips to help you achieve your full potential. We're inviting experts to come in and they're going to share inspirational stories. Our main purpose is when you're concluding listening to these podcasts that you will be a better person and take some of those best practices, learn not just from us, but from our guests. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Éxito in Minutes. We are so excited to be back here again with Ligia and my co-host,
Alex Espinosa.
Thanks for joining us again. If you remember the first episode with Ligia, she told us her life journey. And during that life journey, there's so many best practices that we want to hear about. Today, she's selected 4 best practices that you can apply in your life. So Ligia, tell us about those best practices.
Thank you for this new opportunity to get with this audience. So for me, I think that is not recommended. I think that better if I say these 4 things is that work for me.
The best practices for you.
Best practices for me.
I like that. That's great.
The first one is work on your own development.
Yes.
Yeah, it means that you have to start to know yourself. Who is Ligia? Who is Troy? What kind of opportunities I can do to know my skills? How I feel about, the way that you look at me. Yeah, it may be a way to try to explain how your action affect my life. And that don't have happened. Because if I know who is Ligia and I'm good with my life and I'm good with my mind and I feel good, it doesn't matter if you think that I don't like me. If you don't like me. No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like you.
Think he doesn't like you.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. I love that. What do you do though, Ligia? There's some people that when you're working on self-development, what's an herramienta that you would suggest when you don't know who you are?
Okay. Well, there are many ways. Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is work with a coach like me.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Work with a psycho.
Yeah.
Psychologo.
Oh, a psychologist.
Psychologist. Maybe you can read a good book, for example.
A self-help book.
Yeah. For example, one of the best for me is El Caballero de la Armadura Oxidada.
Okay.
This is the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna post the reference in the comments. Yeah.
Very good to know about me.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the Principito, maybe it's a good idea too. And if you don't like to read, maybe listen. Listen if you go to the YouTube. There are a lot of books, audiobooks, to listen while you stay in the bathroom.
I love that.
Maybe. Or driving.
Yeah.
It's a good idea if you...
I mean, she's advocating whether you're in the bathroom or driving, right? You can be listening to audiobooks.
In time, it's like, okay, I'm gonna put the water, the candles. I was like, tub.
And wine cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is the first one.
Red Bull? No, maybe not. Okay. You won't relax on Red Bull. Okay, that's the first one. I love the very first one. So work on your own self-development.
This is the first one. And the second maybe is don't blame others. This is very important because you know who are you. Yeah. And the second step is know that anyone in the world is guilty about your life.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
If I decide to get married,
Yeah.
I choose that man.
Yeah.
Anyone in this time, is a dimple.
Yeah.
In this time, any choose for you, your couple.
Yeah.
Any choose for you, your pets or your house or your life. It's
Decisions.
It's your decision. It's important to know that your decision is yours, not the other one. Yeah. And if in the past, maybe your parents, the society, the politics, the war in general, give bad experience. But this happens in past. You you can do anything about that. But now in this present, I can do anything. I can do other things to change that past. Yeah. In the first time in this way is don't blame to others.
I love it. Don't blame others. And I think there's a default, right? I think it's not only blame others, it could also be things, right? Like my favorite saying in Quito is I'm late because of traffic. It's my favorite thing because everybody says it and it has nothing to do with traffic. It has to do with poor planning, right? And maybe on occasion, 1 out of 10, it really is traffic, like it's closed. But my point is they blame it on something else and it doesn't matter what part of the world. I'm sure every major city blames it on traffic. But my point is what can I do to focus on not blaming others? Mm-hmm. I like the example too that you used a little bit earlier about your father, right? Mm-hmm. I think your father, you talked about overprotected you, right? And you could blame that.
Yeah, but in the first time, because I thought, for my father, I'm afraid.
Yeah, afraid.
I'm afraid. I don't sure about my things, because when I was a child, I want to work with he to work, maybe I don't know, change the lamps, change the floor, some things, something that I can think that I can do. Yeah. But my father said, no, you are a girl, so it is for you. Don't worry. I do for you. Overprotector is not good for sons, for anyone.
Regardless,
but I can say, I am inútil.
Yeah, I'm not useless. What's that? Useless? I'm useless because I don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
Because I was overprotected. My dad was overprotected.
But if I think so inútil. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I cross my arms and I say, because my father, I am like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm useless. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But no, the answer is, okay, I'm afraid about that. I was so overprotected, but now I can do different things for me, for my life, for my future, for another way to think in the life.
Yeah, I love
this
that.
Is important.
So that's really helped you.
No goodbye.
Yeah, to not blame, but to basically take action, which is your next one, right?
This is a good trick. And this point, go to the next one.
I'm thinking about something, and it's like, I know that many people in our audience maybe passed through overwhelming situations during life, because we're just talking about someone who has been part of an overprotective family. But let's say something that had to pass through abuse, or maybe something like very, very hard for them. It's like, okay, you probably won't understand. And that's true. We probably won't understand the hard things that you had passed during your life. But remember, first of all, you're not alone. Mm-hmm. You can get advice. You can change your reality, even though it was really hard. We totally understand that. And we support those who are passing through hard times. Just maybe call us. It's like, if you need someone to be there just to listen to you, we are there. But you need to know that you can change everything if you decide to. So that's what I wanted to say. That
I love that. And I think this goes perfectly into our third, because when you're saying, okay, well, what if I don't want to blame others? What if it was abuse? What if it was any of these topics, more heavy topics? And you're thinking, well, that's easy for other people, but I'm going to blame that person because they fired me. I'm going to blame that person because my uncle fired me, right? Or maybe it's not fired, maybe it's way worse. What's the next step? What have you learned? What's your number 3?
Number 3 is no. Okay, I know myself, and I don't blame to others. So what I can do to change my reality? It means action. Action about that way that I don't like in my life.
I love that.
If you don't like something in your life, in your mind, in your heart, so close. Next.
Yeah.
When it is usually when you have a couple, the boyfriend and girlfriend, and that girlfriend or that boyfriend is not good for you. Mm-hmm. Why suffer?
Yeah. Next. Move it on. Move on.
Yeah, your couple have to be your partner, not as someone who trapped or someone you don't help to be better that you can be now.
Yeah. I love that.
Action. what can I do you change
Yeah, what can you change?
my reality.
I love that, because if you're changing reality, because it goes on to, it's easy to blame others. Sometimes there's a lot of blame in others but to your point, you've learned in your life to change your reality by taking action. So it might be seeing a therapist, seeking out the best therapist, whatever you might need to do to help overcome and leave it in the past, right? You might need some professional help, right? Yeah. If it's other areas, it's a matter of self-focus, right? And going for self-discipline, self-focus, and then taking action. Taking action to be present, to go to that, not only be present, but also to take a written plan. I'm trying not to repeat previous podcasts, but I'm telling you, write down a plan, right? Write the plan down, write the action down, take the steps to change your reality.
And more easy for that is only with 2 minutes in a day to be in the present is important. For me, one or two that help me to meditate is take an alarm.
Oh yeah, set an alarm.
Set an alarm, and 11 in the morning, I know that I have to be in present. When you think in that, when you work in this action, you can make a habit to be in the 11 in the morning. I meditate, and meditate is only I'm here, I'm present, I'm here with us, with you, with my son, with my husband. And in that way, it's very easy to translate another kind of state in the life. For example, if you know that you have to go exercise, but you don't have time, you don't have any time. Yeah. But you go to the gym only 3 days in a week. Yeah. If you go 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it's a habit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult to do that. If you do that, next step is I go to take a coffee. So in a coffee to put a cake or 2 cakes. Yeah, so 2 cakes. I'll eat 3 coffees.
If my kids give me the big one, and
So but in the next time, maybe don't eat 2 cakes, only one, or only in the half. Like that, the cake, and you can control your decisions when you have an habit to take care what kind of things go at your life.
I love that. It's taking, yes, what you're describing is intentional habits, being in the present, using meditation in the present. I loved how you bring up, like, you go to a coffee for some friends, and maybe you usually have 2 slices, right? Or just have a half of us, like, hey, you want to share one? Even though you want to, right? Yeah. You know that that's not going to serve you. That's not going to help you.
But you choose.
Yes.
You choose to take the half because you know that is in present, that is not good for you.
Yeah.
Because you decided. But if you don't decide that and you say, I'm fat, I'm good, I'm happy, okay, it's okay. And this is the 4th point. I'm willing to pay the price.
I love that. Yeah.
I am willing to pay the price. If I'm fat and I'm happy with that, okay, eat the world.
Yeah, you eat everything you want. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's important to know what is the best important for you and what is the one in your life.
Yes.
And this is for each space in your life. What is the couple in your life? Friends, music, work, exercise, eat, everything.
And you know what? Are you willing to pay the price? It's like, I'm happy being fat. I'm happy eating, the whole cake is just, I want to eat the slice. It's like, and if it's chocolate or a cheesecake, it's like, give me the whole cheesecake and stuff like that. But the thing is that are you willing to pay something like maybe 20 years after having this way of living? I mean, probably I will have trouble with, I don't know, with my pressure, with my health is going to be involved. Am I willing to pay that price? If the answer is yes, okay, do it because you that's what you want. But if probably you will say, no, I'm not willing to pay that price. So be aware of the decisions you're making now, because even though it's in the short or the long run, you're going to pay the price.
The conflict in our lives comes when we live in contrary. So when you're in harmony, if you're the example that you're using, which is very befitting of a gym owner, right? Her and her husband own a gym, Upgrade Fitness, go to it. Okay, but if when you're living in contrary, like what she's saying is, if you're saying, hey, I'm okay with the way I eat, and I'm okay the price I'm gonna pay, then you're in alignment and you're not living in conflict. But it's when you say, I don't like the weight I have on me, and I wanna reduce the weight, but I keep overeating. That's when you're living in contrary to what you want to be. So choose, right? And I love that on your list, right? Is basically take action, right? And then at the very end is, are you willing to pay the price? Make the decision, right? Make the decision, live with intentions, change your reality. I mean, I love all these concepts that you learned. I even love how she came out with like guns blazing, right? Right away, she's like, whoa. These aren't the 4 best practices. These are the 4 best practices for me. And I love that because I think we can all learn from each other. So I think that's a fantastic one.
And this is amazing because your life is in your hands. My life is not in your hands.
Yeah.
Even ignoring my son, neither in my husband in this case, or for my father, it doesn't matter. My life is in my hands, and I can choose whatever I can want to do in my life.
Yes.
And my version of today is better
than yesterday.
Mm-hmm. If you do that, this is the best.
So intentional decision making makes sure that today you're better than yesterday.
From good to great, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This is great. Any last thoughts, Alex or Ligia, that you want to add to this?
That it was perfectly said. It's like, it made me think about my habits. Now I'm thinking about, because I'm doing exercise every day, but when it's about eating, it's like, I'm so sorry. But it's like not about being sorry. It's like, this is something that I can change from now because I will make the decision to eat healthy because I want to be a healthy person.
And eat healthy is not bad.
No.
Eat healthy is eat better. It's better. It means eat with conscience in the way that you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
How you want to live. Mm-hmm. And not everyone go to the task go past.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you want to live?
Yeah.
How do you want to live?
I love that.
For me, this is very, very important.
I love that. Thank you. So let's do a quick summary. I love the 4 things that have helped Ligia during her journey that we got to hear over these 2 podcasts. So grateful you're here. Thank you for being here. It's What's that?
My husband, my boss.
Yeah. Yes. Huge shout out to Martine. Right. An awesome place. Ligia and Martine own Upgrade Fitness. It's if you live here in Quito, look it up. I want to bring up just the 4 things that she learned so you can apply them to your life. Number 1, work on self-development. Number 2, don't blame others. Number 3, what can I do to change my reality / take action, right? And number 4, am I willing to pay the price? Which couples with intentional decision-making daily to be better than you were yesterday. What decisions will I make today? Awesome 4 lessons. Thank you for sharing them with us. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, your listeners to us.
That's perfect. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
See you guys. Bye-bye.